Hello, my friend. Welcome to our sinus relief yoga practice. I do begin my breath work with some essential oils to help clear my nasal passages, but these aren't necessary. We begin the practice today sitting in easy seat, bringing our awareness to our breath and just noticing how it feels. If it's able to flow freely or maybe if it's a little blocked. Just taking this moment to observe where we're at. Sending your body some love. Settling into the mat, preparing for this gentle practice ahead. Make sure to take any movements that feel good, but skip any that place any extra pressure in the head or the neck region. We're trying to find some relief here, not add any extra pain. Sitting with our breath for the next minute or two, letting it flow as easily and as naturally as it can. Not attaching any judgments, trying to let go of any resistance we may feel. When we don't feel our best, we can get a little irritable or cranky, which is totally understandable. And it's okay if you're feeling that way. Allow yourself to be however you are. Find one more breath, and then I invite you to gently give yourself a little massage. Finding what areas we're holding tension, if it's in the forehead, the base of the skull, or the nose. Begin to gently use your thumbs or your middle finger to massage, loosen up some of the congestion. Maybe we take our thumbs to the bridge of the nose right underneath the eyebrows, moving the congestion out towards the temples and ending with a little rub there. Listening to your body, finding whatever feels good. A little forehead massage. Maybe we reach back into the scalp. Moving carefully and with love. And if we have a head cold, if we're severely congested in the nose, my mom used to pinch the bridge of my nose and send the fingertips down the nose and out through the upper cheeks, right under the eye. That always helped me breathe a little bit easier. Taking a few more moments here, or however long you need. And then taking a breath, noticing how you feel now. Do you feel a little bit more open? Maybe you feel a little bit more congested. And when you're ready, we'll turn to face the front of the mat, extending the legs in staff pose. Just reaching up through the top of the head, we can keep a slight bend in the knees. Finding a nice neutral spine. We have another chance for a massage here. Maybe sending some love to the cervical spine, the base of the skull. Using your thumbs to find the pressure points behind the ears, where the skull meets the spine. Giving her a few little circles. Remembering to breathe, not holding your breath. Having some tissues nearby if we need to blow our nose at any point. And on your next exhale, take a slight twist to the right. very small movements here, just opening up where we can. Exhale back through center. Take one breath and twist to the left. Returning back to center and gently making your way onto all fours, tabletop. Finding our neutral spine before moving through a decent amount of rounds of cat and cow. These are going to really help wake up and move around the energy. Our nose may start dripping. That is totally okay. That's what we want. We want to loosen up the body and the mind. Moving with the breath, going slowly. We're not in any rush here. This is a nice self-love practice. And remembering that we can always hang out in child pose or anything else that feels good if this becomes too much or too intense. And once we've worked through the spine, we can tuck the toes and gently come into downward facing dog. Sending the hips up and the heels down towards the mat. Grip through the fingers and find a nice long body. Finding about 2 breaths here, reaching the chest towards the legs, and then bending the right knee, really grounding down through the left heel. Finding space in the spine, then bending the left leg. Coming back into our static downward facing dog and walking the hands gently back towards the feet, stepping them feet hip width apart, bending the knees and resting the belly on the thighs. We have a few options here. Our goal is to let the blood rush down to the head and the heart. So we can find another massage, or maybe we just let the hands fall down towards the mat. And just notice the blood circulating as it draws down into the head. Still breathing. Staying here for a few more rounds of breath. Taking what you need and leaving what you don't. Enjoying this moment of ease before we find a little bit more movement. On your next inhale, straighten the legs and reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, plant the fingertips, walking them back out in front, downward facing dog. Raise the right leg high, bend the knee, and step it in between the hands, straightening the legs, folding over pyramid pose. Sweeping the arms by the sides, active in the legs and the glutes. Grounding down through the feet, getting a nice stretch in the backs of the legs. Plant the fingertips, step back to downward facing dog. Exhale, raise the left leg, draw it in through the chest, and come into our pyramid pose. Sweep the arms by the sides, nice and strong. Beautiful flat back. Healing ourselves from the inside out. One more big breath. Then plant the fingertips, step back, downward facing dog. Lifting the heels, inhale and exhale, roll through plank. Slowly lower and inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Yogi's choice, whichever feels good to you, shining the heart forward. On your next exhale, gently lower the knees if we had them raised, coming back through tabletop. Inhale, raise the left arm, and exhale, thread the needle. Finding a nice spinal twist, coming to lie on the left ear. Sending your awareness to the back. Feeling yourself expand. Exhale to press back up and prepare for the other side. Inhale, peel the right arm up, reach for the sky, and exhale, thread the needle. Anchoring back to the breath, to this moment. Checking in again, seeing how you feel halfway through this practice. Not judging yourself for any answer you give, even if you feel worse. Exhale to release. Coming into tabletop, kick the right leg up and gently cross it behind the left, coming into cow face pose. Sinking the hips back, walking the feet out to the sides. Inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, sink the shoulders down. Sweeping the right arm behind the back, bending both at the elbows, trying to reach fingers. Use your breath to open through the chest and the fronts of the shoulders, grounding down through the sit bones. Noticing what's going on in your head, in your face. If our breathing has changed at all, or maybe our mental state has. Exhale, gently release, coming to shift your weight back on the sit bones to unravel the legs and cross the right on top of the left. Take your time to find what feels good here. Moving carefully and intentionally. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, depress the shoulders. Left arm comes behind and reach for the fingertips. Opening and releasing with every exhale. Taking one final breath and exhale to release, making your way into bound angle, sending the soles of the feet together, coming into the middle of the mat. Rolling the shoulders back, sitting up nice and tall. Opening through the inner groins. Maybe feeling the heat of the energy between the feet. Exhale to release, preparing for bridge pose. planting the feet hip-width apart, lying on the back. Arms come by the sides, and exhale to ground down through the feet, sending the hips up, squeezing the glutes, finding a nice long line. Maybe interlacing the fingers to help you send the hips up higher, tucking the shoulder blades slightly underneath, feeling open. And taking the hands underneath the bum, the small part of the back, we can gently come into a supported shoulder stand if this is in your practice. Or we can also take legs up the wall or dead bug pose. Just trying to get the blood flowing back down to the heart, to the head. Easy breathing. And gently letting the feet drop back over the head, coming into plow pose or ear pressure pose. I had my knees squeezing the sides of my temples here. If that feels good to you, maybe we give that a try. Playing around to find what feels the best at this time. And whenever you're ready, you can gently come down into supported fish pose. Extending the legs long, flexing the feet, taking the hands underneath the hips, resting on the elbows and the forearms. We can stay here, or we can gently let the head fall back, opening through the throat. We're here for a few breaths, so make sure you're comfortable. Breathing easy as we end our practice. Finding one last breath before very gently coming out and making your way into a comfortable seated position. Taking the last minute of this practice to again tap into your breath, maybe closing the eyes and just observing. Beginning and ending this practice in the same way, so we can use this as a benchmark, a little check-in. I hope we were able to find some relief for you today, my friend. And I would love to know how this experience was for you. Thank you for joining me on the mat today. I look forward to seeing you again soon.